This video is a review of the topics for our Unit 12 Quiz 2. So first we're going to identify the three-dimensional solid that would be formed by rotating the given shape around the line of symmetry. So first we have a rectangle. If we rotate a rectangle in a circle, that's going to create a circle on the top and a circle on the bottom. So this would create a cylinder. In number 2, when we rotate a triangle around in a circle, it's going to create only one circle on the bottom. So this would be a cone. And in number 3, when we rotate, it's going to create a sphere. Find the surface area of the following shapes. So number 4 is a prism, and it's a rectangular prism. So with a rectangular prism, it doesn't really matter which one you decide is your base. So I'm going to pick the top and the bottom, which is the base of 3 and 5. So when you are doing the surface area, it is the lateral area plus 2 bases. So it's your perimeter times height plus the area of 2 bases. So if we have a base that's going to have 2 sides of 5 and 2 sides of 3, 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3 gets us a perimeter of 16. The height, which is the distance between the two bases, is 8. And then we have the area of the two bases. Well, because it's a rectangle, it's just 3 times 5. So as we multiply, we have 128 plus 30, which would get us a total of 158 centimeters squared. In number 5, we have a triangle for our base. So these are our bases, these triangles here. So to do the lateral area, it's going to be the same as before. It's lateral area plus 2 bases for the total area. So perimeter times height plus the area of 2 bases. So right now for our perimeter, we're missing one side of the triangle, so we need to do Pythagorean theorem. X squared equals 5 squared plus 6 squared. X squared equals 25 plus 36. So x squared equals 61. So x is the square root of 61. So our perimeter is going to be 11 plus the square root of 61 times our height again of 8 plus the area of 2 bases. So 1/2 for a triangle, base times height. So in the perimeter times height part, because there's a number and a root, we're going to distribute. So we get 88 plus 8 root 61 plus, we're going to multiply 2 times 1/2 times 6 times 5. And that's going to get us 30. The 30 and the 88 can combine together. So this would be 118 plus 8 root 61 meters squared. Number 6, we have a cone. So for cone, it's lateral area plus only one base. Your lateral area is 1/2 perimeter times the slant height plus the area of our base. So if we know that the slant height is 20 and we know that the height is 16, we need to do Pythagorean theorem to get our radius. So 20 squared equals 16 squared plus x squared. 400 equals 256 plus x squared. 144 equals x squared. So x is 12. So we would have 1/2 the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r, so 2 pi 12 times the slant height of 20 plus the area of the base, which is pi 12 squared. So in the first part, 1/2 times 2 times 12 times 20 gets us 240 pi plus 144 pi. And we add those together to get 388 pi meters squared. Number 7 is a hemisphere. So to get the lateral area of the hemisphere, it's that bowl, which is 2 pi r. That's going to get this outside part, plus another pi r squared to get the lid of our bowl, which is that circle there. So if the diameter is 16, the radius is 8. So we have 2 pi 8 squared plus pi 8 squared. So we get 128 pi plus 64 pi. And when we add that together, we get 192 pi centimeters squared. Now let's switch and do volumes. Remember, in volume, your units are always going to be cubed. So in number 8, we have a hexagonal prism. So our volume is the base area times the height. To get the base area of a hexagon, it is 1/2 apothem times perimeter. So we need to find the apothem. So we know that the side is 4, which when we draw in our triangle splits into 2 and 2. We know that the angle at the top of the triangle is always 30 degrees. So if S is 2, your apothem is 2√3. And the perimeter, there are 6 sides times 4, which is going to be 24. And then we're going to multiply that by the height. So we have 1/2 times 2√3 times 24 times the height of 21. So when we multiply, we put everything but the √3 in. So 1/2 times 2 times 24 times 21 gets us 504√3 meters cubed. In number 9, we have a cylinder. So the volume is still the same, base area times height. So the base area of the circle is pi 7 squared times the height of 10, which would get us 490 pi millimeters cubed. In number 10, we have a square pyramid. So we know that the slant height is 26, but we need the regular height when we are doing volume because the volume is 1/3 base area times height. So if I split the base in half, I get 10. When I do Pythagorean theorem, 26 squared equals 10 squared plus x squared. 676 equals 100 plus x squared. 576 equals x squared. So x is 24. So our volume is going to be 1/3 times the base area, which is 20 times 20, times the height, which is 24. So as we multiply here, we have 400 times 24 times 1/3, which gets us 3,200 centimeters cubed. Our last shape is a sphere. So the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Remember that volume has cubed units, so your volume formula is also going to have the radius cubed. So if the radius is 6, we have 4/3 pi 6 cubed. Which gets us 288√3 or pi centimeters cubed.